How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Virtual History 360. I'm Mr. Wade, and yeah, this is a very busy time of year. I'm out here at morning duty, overlooking the courtyard, watching a stairwell. That's what the echo is. So, what do you say we head to my classroom and I'll fill you in on what's going on. All right, so as we are heading to class, this is what we're going to talk about today. One, we got to talk about how busy things are going and everything I got going on. And two, I figured I would update you on what's going on with our scales or stations and how that's going. So, what do you say we head into my room and talk about that? All right, so here's the deal. We're in the middle of the third quarter. We're almost to spring break. 2 weeks to go, right? So that's not too bad. We're working ourselves forward. But it's crazy. Track and field has started, so now I'm coaching track 3 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday after school until 6:15. So yeah, keeping myself busy. Here, let me take this off so you can hear me a little better. Now, that's great. I love doing it. I'm not complaining about the time. It's just, don't have as much YouTube time. So hopefully you guys are okay with that. By all means, comment below if you have questions, something to talk about next time. But moving forward, we're trying to get the kids through the third quarter. We're in U.S. history, we're in Jacksonian democracy, so we're learning about Andrew Jackson. We've covered a few things so far. We've just finished up his attack on the banks and the Tariff Act and the Force Bill and the nullification crisis. We're moving into Indian removal, in the Cherokee and the Trail of Tears. We're going to start that next. We're going to pick that up. Actually, I'm looking at the calendar right now. We're going to pick that up tomorrow, actually. But what do you say I update you on how the stations are going with US? All right, so what do you say we take a look at the stations that we're talking about? All right, so if you take a look, I have this bin right here, put a sign, US History Stations right there. And there are 4 levels on our scale, so we have 4 stations. Each station has assignments that they need to be completed. Station 1, Station 2, Station 3, so on. I'm not going to let them do Station 4 unless they finish the first 3. But if they do, Station 4 is the level 4, just like we were doing in the past. So it kind of is similar to what the kids are used to. So I think that's going to help them. Now, this unit being the first time that we're doing this, it's a little more structured. It's like, all right, we have this 2 days, we're going to work on Station 1. Then we'll spend 2 days working on Station 2 and 2 days working on Station 3. We're going to do it more structured just so the kids get used to the habit. Starting next unit, which will be 4th quarter, I'm just going to let them go, pick a station, do the work. As you finish, I'll sign off on it because, remember on the scale, they have the little box for teacher initials. That's what that's there for. So if you look, Station 1, here's just an example. There's a folder. It says Station 1. It's color-coded. Each station has its own color, so it's easier for the kids to organize. If you open it up, there are assignments on the inside. Okay? There's a Part 1 and a Part 2. Part 1 is typically a little easier than Part 2, but it's all designed to get the kids thinking of the level of the scale that we're working on. Since we're dealing with Jacksonian democracy, here is our Station 1. Let me just explain what it is. Part 1 is Edpuzzle. I have a video on this channel about Jacksonian democracy. If you've never heard of Edpuzzle, if they want to sponsor me, I'd love it. I'm not sponsored, but trust me, I want you to use Edpuzzle because it's great. If you ever use videos in class, you can do this a couple different ways. You can either have the kids watch the video, or you can do it live and they can answer as they go. It allows you to embed questions into videos. They have a library with National Geographic, TED, Khan Academy, YouTube, which is how I get my videos on there. It's great. And literally, it will pause the video for the kids to answer the questions instead. Watch the video, answer all these questions. It'll pause the video when you get to the section that it's talking about. Kids like it, I like it, it's great. If you want to do it as a class, you can put the video up on your projector. Kids have their device, computer or phone, and they can answer along with you as you're watching the video as a class. I don't do that because I like it as a station rather than me doing it as a whole class. Partly because if it's my video, it's weird watching myself on the screen in front of my kids, rather than just kind of do it on their own, kind of the flipped model. All right, so that's Part 1. Watch a 5-minute video, answer a few questions just to get your mind in the right set, right? Part 2 is then do a little bit more book work, read, and then there are 3 questions. We're going to look at the election map, the electoral votes of election of 1828. All ties into the voting expansion, the support for Jackson, and all that good stuff. That's Station 1. Okay, now Station 2, similar. Notice it's a different color folder, but 2 parts. a simple timeline so kids get a grasp of what's going on. And then you have the assignment, which is taking notes. Now, we've already kind of had the lecture part for level 2, or for station 2, level 2, but there's more information that I want them to know. So I give them notes. They need to write a summary of those notes, and that's it. Once they do that, they have to answer the question. So this is all in framing what event hurt the country more. We're talking about the Tariff Act and nullification crisis, and we're talking about the bank veto, which led to the Panic of 1837. So which event do you believe hurt the country more? So that's station 2. Okay, get this back in there. Station 3, which the kids haven't got to yet. As we move up, it's level 1, level 2, now level 3. So it's getting a little bit progressively more harder, I would like to think. So here is a little bit of book reading. Okay, that's part 1, just to kind of frame what's going on. Then part 2 is to use the book, answer the question, explain how the Indian Removal Act and the Trail of Tears was detrimental or how they caused harm to Native Americans. And it asks them to write a 4-paragraph essay, an introduction, a body paragraph about the Indian Removal Act, and body paragraph about the Trail of Tears, and then the conclusion that goes along with that. So that's level 3. So as you can see, the work is a little more rigorous as it works its way up. And then we have level 4, which is comparing current financial crises, better way to say that, to the Panic of 1837. I have a reading here, and again, flip the page, a reading on the stock market crash of 1929, and then looking at the notes, comparing it to, so they can have the access to the information to frame their thinking to get the work done. And then it's all in folders, and they do the work. It's pretty straightforward. We're in our first unit, the kids are learning the system. Hopefully next unit we can actively roll it out and just give them the freedom that they deserve. We still have whole class days where we discuss what's going on. I think if a kid decides to work on station 3 before they work on station 1, that's just going to lead to a better class discussion, because there will be more kids that are willing or able to participate in the class talk about level 3 when we get to it. We still do the introduction. We still have time to work on the level 4 if they work through the work. And for example, this unit, because we have enough time in the calendar before spring break, we're going to do a mock trial on Andrew Jackson as a culminating activity for the unit, because we'll have time. And if they don't have the stations finished, this unit, they won't get to participate in the mock trial, but they'll still be in the room to hear what's going on, but they'll be working on the work. So the kids that need the extra time, get the extra time. The kids that don't need the extra time, get the enrichment. I think that's the best way to strike a balance. What do you guys think? So that's all I got for today. Busy stations, what do you think? Drop a comment below, let me know what you got going on. If you liked the video, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, turn that red button gray. And for Virtual History 360, I'm Mr. Wade. I'll see you next time.